Kinds of inventory. First is the raw materials. It is a substance used in the primary production of manufacturing of a good. Examples is the oil, iron, and wood. Next is the work in process. Partially completed goods, parts that are no longer part of the raw materials inventory. Finished goods inventories, amounts of manufactured products on hand that await sale to customers. Next is the functions of inventory. First is to meet anticipated customer demand, to smooth production requirements, to decouple operations, to protect against stockouts, to take advantage of order cycles, to hedge against price increases, to permit operations, and to take advantage of quantity discounts. Objectives of inventory control. Inadequate control of inventories can result in both under and overstocking of items. It is not unheard of for managers to discover that the firm has 10-year supply of an item. Inventory management has two main concerns. First is the level of customer service, that is to have right goods in sufficient quantities in the right place on the right time. The other is the cost of ordering and carrying inventories. Inventory counting system. Periodic system. Order placed for variable amounts after fixed passage of time. An advantage of this system is that orders for many items occur at the same items, which can result in economies in processing and shipping orders. There are also several disadvantages of periodic reviews. One is the lack of control between reviews. Another is the need to protect against shortages between review periods by carrying extra stock. Perpetual inventory system. Constant amount are ordered when inventory declines a predetermined level. The advantage of this system is that there is no need to record each withdrawal from inventories. The disadvantage is that reordered card may not be turned in for a variety of reasons. Inventory cost. First is the holding or carrying cost. Cost of holding an item of inventory. Next is the ordering cost. Cost of replenishing inventory. Shortage cost. Temporary or permanent loss of sales when demand cannot be met. ABC approach classifies the inventory items according to some measure of importance. The economic order quantity models. It is an optimal order quantity that will minimize total inventory cost. First is the basic economic order quantity method. Demand is known with certainty and is constant over time. No shortages are allowed. Lead time for the receipt of orders is constant. Order quantity is received all at once. The economic production quantity method. An inventory system in which an order is received gradually as inventory is simultaneously being depleted.
As per unit decreases, order quantity increases. The buyer's goal with quantity discounts is to select the order quantity that will minimize the total cost. The order point. It occurs when the quantity on hand drops to a predetermined amount. A perpetual inventory is required in order to know if the reorder point is reached. Safety stock. Buffer added to on-hand inventory during lead time. It increases as the risk of stock out decreases. The greater the variability in either demand rate or lead time, it is the running out of the inventory cost when the actual demand exceeds the expected demand. Service level. The probability that inventory available during lead time will meet the demand. Achieving an increase in the service level will require increasing the amount of safety stock.
Another lot sizing techniques other than EOQ that would determine how much to order is the fixed order interval model. This system requires periodic check of inventory levels and is used by many retail firms. Examples are the drugstores and small grocery stores. It is used when orders have to be placed at fixed time interval such as weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. The lot size is dependent upon how much inventory is needed from the time of order until the next order must be placed. The reasons for using the fixed order interval model. One is that the suppliers wanted orders at fixed intervals to produce savings in shipment. Other is to avoid continuous monitoring of inventory because it will only require periodic checks of inventory. Fixed order quantity model. The same quantity is ordered every time an order is placed. It is also applicable when firm is captive to packaging situation. Example, if you were to walk into an office supply store and ask to buy 28 paper clips, chances are you would walk out with 100 paper clips. You were captive to the packaging requirements of paper clips. They come 100 to a box and you cannot purchase a partial box. It works the same way for other purchasing situations. A supplier may package their goods in a certain quantities so that their customers must buy that quantity of a multiple of that quantity. Single period model. It is used in ordering perishables such as food and flour and items with limited life such as newspapers. The unsold or unused goods are not typically carried over from one period to another, and there may even be some disposal cost involved. This model tries to balance the cost of lost customers' goodwill and opportunity cost that incurred from not having enough inventories, with the cost of having excess inventories left at the end of a period. Shortage cost. It is the unrealized profit per unit. Excess cost. It is the items left over at the end of the period. The two general categories of problems that will be considered. Those for which demand can be approximated using continuous distribution, and those for which demand can be approximated using a discrete distribution.
Welcome back to Educator.com. We're now going to go through some extra examples to try and distinguish between whether or not we have a discrete random variable or a continuous random variable. So the time left on a parking meter, again, time is always going to be a continuous random variable. The number of bats broken by a baseball team in a season. The key phrase here, number of bats. So what we're going to have is a discrete random variable. Number of fish in a pond. Again, the key phrase there is number of fish. It could be 0, 1, 2. It could be in the thousands. That will be a discrete random variable. Now, going along with this example, total pounds of fish caught on a fishing trip. We're now measuring weight. So because we're measuring that total weight, we have the number of gumballs in a vending machine. Well, again, the key phrase here is going to be number of. So looking at that, could be 20, it could be 30, it could be 50, but we can count the actual number. So that's going to be discrete. And then finally, the time spent by a physician examining a person, no matter how short or how long that is, it's time, which is a continuous measure, so we have a continuous random.
This has been your host.
For today's show,
I'm Reina Moore Arcondes.
I'm Michelangelo M. Pilar.
I'm Ruth V. Kalinaw. And this is Inventory Management.
Oh, goodbye.
Asan ka sa tabi ko? Gano'n ubo?
Hindi ko alam.
Tayo mo naman, hindi ka lang.
Okay, play mo na.
Ulitin mo. Brother, Michael. Hi, Michael. Brother, I would like you to meet my friend, Ruth. Ruth, this is Michael. Michael, this is Ruth.
Jay Sean,
201
Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, it's alright. You know what they say. Life ain't always easy.